You know what? I've just looked at that and I thought that would make a good movie. Zlatan, the next destination. No?
Are you excited about that?
I could be. It could be. Will he stay in MLS or will he move on? He's been linked with United. He's been linked with Fiorentina. We've got 8 possible venues, including China and Australia. I need 5 from you, from the least likely to the most likely, and 3 that are not likely at all.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah. Just.
Let's start.
Well, I would have preferred if there was 5 teams in here.
I know.
Would have undercomplicated it for me.
But
I get
the feng
it.
shui
Right. I don't think Boca Juniors. I don't think that's a goer for me.
Right. So they're done. So they don't make the 5.
I don't think back to Sweden to Malmo is a goer for me.
Okay. And one more.
Wow. I have to think about it.
He's been linked.
Yeah, I know he's been linked with Fiorentina.
Because they've got Chiesa, they've got Ribery, but they don't have a natural striker. United.
Well, yeah. Right. Anyway, right. Let's start with the least likely.
Very dismissive.
Who did I rule out?
You've ruled.
I'm going to rule the A-League
Malmo.
out. Sorry, the third one I'm ruling out is the A-League.
So these 3 are done.
Right. Then I'm going to go least likely in 5th. I think is going to be
China.
I
Okay.
don't think he's fussed about them. I would just be surprised if it's about the money for him. But if he wants to go there and be a big star again, I suppose he could.
He's going to be a big star in Hollywood, though. Is he not in the best place to be a big star?
Yeah. So and then I'm going to say Manchester United.
Okay.
Because he's been in that movie before. They've talked about, and I know there's a need for them, for front guys. You know, Lukaku's left and they didn't replace him. But they've talked about youth, and that's what they keep talking about, although they have been linked now with Mandzukic in January, so it's kind of contradictory. But I don't really, I think when he looks at Man United, he'll think, they're struggling at the moment. Do I really want to go back in there and be under that kind of scrutiny and pressure? Or maybe he'll think, well, I can go back in and help these younger kids. I don't know, but I kind of think that's least likely.
Okay.
Then I'm betwixt and between. Yeah. I mean, Milan have a striker in Piontek, yeah? Piontek. They could do. I don't know if it's I don't know if that's Italy, whether they would revisit that or not, and back in Milan.
However, with a new coach at Milan, with Pioli, and he's probably going to drop Piontek this weekend because he's had a poor start to the season. Do you think he's all about being the big star, being the massive fish in the pond? Or do you think he's about integration and happiness and what's after football?
Oh, no, who are you talking about?
Zlatan.
Oh, no, I think about everything. I think for me, you don't play as long as he has if you don't want to integrate and be a team guy. But I think he does want to be the big star again. And you know, the trouble is, if you're taking a 38?
He's just turned 38.
38-year-old back into Serie A. I don't know. So anyway, I'm going to say is me third. I kind of thought it might, but then again.
So he's staying put, or he's off to Florence. If he was to go and move on, that would be his destination. You're not convinced, though.
No, I'm not.
He's going to stay.
I'm not convinced Fiorentina has the pizzazz for him in his mind.
It's a fair argument.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I'm not. It's like it was not as if it was Juventus at one, or Napoli wanted him back at the moment. I'm not saying they're a bad team, so hit Fiorentina for me. I might be wrong, but again, Italy's a movie that he's seen before. So it's a pure guessing game, this anyway. But I get the feeling, even though he's given them a little bit of stick, or a lot of stick, Major League Soccer, some of the players, some of the teams, the format, the playoffs, he's had his say. That's what Zlatan does. Don't be insecure about it. No, you can't help yourself. Don't be. He's a big draw, no matter whether he's talking positively or negatively.
You want to hear what he's saying?
He's been a big star. He's scored the goals because... We know why, because the defensive quality is poor. But it suits him perfectly, and you mentioned it. He's in LA now. He's not exactly the big movie star of LA, but he's still a well-known figure in Los Angeles. California, great weather, scoring goals, great lifestyle, being paid well. I kind of get the feeling he might be here next year to upset a few more people again and bag a few more goals. And maybe if somebody, has the voting been in yet? Did Carlos Vela get voted a better player than him? Not yet. If that happens, he's definitely staying.
He did say to us at ESPN this week, if I leave Major League Soccer, you'll have a lot less to write about. And he's great for the league. It's like you and your US national team comments. It's not just you saying something to be controversial.
No.
You backed it up, and I thought it was spot on. With him, he doesn't just say something, he can back it up as well. We started with us speaking about a movie, Zlatan: The Next Destination. We end it LA Galaxy in Hollywood, and
his opinion was that the playoff system and the non-relegation, it was too easy for teams and players to sit back and kind of be on easy street. There's not enough to push these guys in the way that the MLS divisions are structured. And I think in his mind, thinks these players will improve if there's more pressure on them on a weekly basis. And rather than getting upset about it, maybe sit back and think, well, maybe he has a point. Will it change? Probably not. But he's a guy who's worth listening to and worth watching and paying to watch. Still.
I'd rather he was here than elsewhere, put it that way. Major League Soccer and Zlatan, hopefully for another 12 months, according to Craig.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.